Hello friends, a very good afternoon. Let me first take this opportunity to thank the organizers of this wonderful initiative, Botany for You, for giving me an opportunity to interact with all you youngsters. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am AMIT BOBDE, an officer of 2007 batch of Indian Revenue Service. I am presently posted as Additional Commissioner of Income Tax at Pune. Friends, the topic which has been given to me is a very quite important topic, and the name of the topic is career opportunities in UPSC. Now, as one moves from childhood towards youth, one question which invariably presents itself before all of us is what career or what profession or what job should I choose? Because whatever career you choose, it doesn't only decide how you earn your livelihood, but it also decides how you live your life. So the choice of career has always been a very important decision in everyone's life. In your parents' life, it had been an important decision. In my life, it had been, and in your life, obviously, it will be a very important decision to make. So before making any decision, you should look at all the options. And today, I'm going to talk to you about one such option. Okay, let us see. Traditionally, we have seen that business and profession is one of the careers which people choose. Some do trading, some will become doctor, architect, and another career is salaried jobs. Okay, you earn your salary, you become an employee of a company or a government. So we can divide this salaried job in two parts. One is private sector jobs and another are government sector jobs. Now, traditionally in India, government jobs were always considered as more prestigious. Okay, they were considered as more stable. It was like government securities, which give good returns and also the stability, and the risk is less, same as government jobs. Also, it had a kind of colonial legacy where government jobs always enjoyed a special kind of prestige. Though in 1990s, with the coming of liberalization and private sector doing very well in India, private sector jobs become more remunerative. The salaries were high, and there were a lot of flexibilities in career. So they started competing with government jobs. Uh, Earlier, it was only government jobs which were sought after much, but after 1990s, private sector jobs also did well. However, uh, to a greater extent, government jobs still enjoy a kind of what you can say prestige, or what you can say there is more acceptability as far as society is concerned for government jobs. Obviously, what used to happen before 1990s, that has changed. But still, certain higher government jobs are still very much preferred. Reasons I've already discussed with you. One is stability, there is respectability, prestige, and diversity of experience. Like you would have seen that from our early childhood, we had seen how district magistrate, collector, superintendent of police, commissioner of income tax, diplomats, Indian foreign service officers, they are seen with a special kind of reverence by the society. um, uh, and these jobs are considered, these persons rather are considered to be quite successful. Now, how do you get into these jobs, right? So here is where our topic starts. The key to these jobs, the high civil services jobs, is Union Public Service Commission. That is the golden key. Union Public Service Commission, it is a constitutional body for selecting candidates for higher level government jobs. Okay, so it's a constitutional body. Now, what do you mean by constitutional body? Constitutional body is one which is provided in the constitution itself. Okay, so it is not a special law or something, but it is basically provided in the very fundamental law of this land. Okay, and being a constitutional body, its independence and impartiality is guaranteed in the constitution itself. That's why UPSC enjoys such a wide acceptability and acclaim. Now, Union Public Service Commission, it holds exams for both civil and military services. We would have basically related Union Public Service Commission usually with civil service jobs, but they also hold exams for military services and select candidate for military services. In fact, there are different types of uh, exams which are held by UPSC. I'll just go through certain exams which are conducted by UPSC. Uh, One is civil service exam, which is the most popular one and about which we'll be talking extensively. Then there is engineering service exams, IES exams. Then military, will come to military services, combined defense service examination. Then there is a National Defense Academy examination, Naval Academy examination, combined medical service examination, special class railway apprentice examination, Indian Economic Service, Statistical Service, Geologist exam, Central Armed Police Forces. So UPSC conducts various exams, but the most popular examination which UPSC conducts is beyond doubt the civil service examination. And as I've already discussed, that civil services enjoys a special kind of acclaim in India, special kind of respectability in India. Now, among civil service examinations, there are 23 different services for which civil service examinations are held. These are the most popular exams which are conducted by the Union Public Service Commission. One I have told you, civil service examination. Then there is Indian Forest Service examination. So there is a separate, though Indian Forest Service is a part of civil service, but for 23 services, 22, 23 services, there is a single exam, civil service exam. However, Indian Forest Service exam has its own examination. Indian Forest Service rather has its own examination. It's a separate examination. Then National Defense Academy examination is there, NDA examination there, and Combined Defense Service examination is there. NDA and CDS are for military services, and civil services are the first two. Okay. So these are the most popular examinations which are conducted by UPSC. However, we will be discussing today more about, we will be getting acquainted more about the civil service examination. Now, civil service examination is considered as one of the most prestigious and difficult exams. It is considered as one of the most difficult exams to crack. Obviously, it has, I've already told that it has a colonial legacy. Earlier, before independence, it was Indian civil service examination. It was conducted in London, England, and till 1920s, I think so. They were conducted in, and then after some time, it was conducted in India. After independence, not only the pattern of exam, but even the orientation of services changed, and the civil services were more now, rather they were the what you can say, they were the builders of the nation. They were given the job of nation building, uh, unlike earlier times where it was more serving the colonial powers. Okay, entry into this civil service examination has a long history, and it has always been, the entry into civil services has always been seen a very prestigious thing. Okay, it is a very what you can say, grueling examination, very long and difficult examination. It takes 1 year to complete, and it is a 3-stage examination. It tests the knowledge, obviously, skill, but also patience and character of the candidate. In the long 1 year, it tests the real mettle of the candidate. Around in last 3-4 years, I've just gone through some reports. So they say that around 10 to 11 lakh candidate appear every year, and out of which only 800 to 1000 pass. So you can make out the uh, percentage. Out of 11 lakh, only 1,000 pass. That's why this exam is considered such a difficult exam to pass. Now, we will now concentrate on civil service examination, which is conducted by UPSC, okay, Union Public Service Commission. I have told you that civil service examination is one examination, and it selects candidates for three types of, like rather 23 different services. And these 23 different services are again divided into three main categories. Okay. The most important is all India services. That is Indian Administrative Service, IAS, Indian Police Service, IPS. Now, such is the popularity of Indian Administrative Service that this exam itself, once upon a time, or rather even now, is called as IS examination. But it is not an IS examination per se. It is conducted for different services, 22, 23 services, and depending upon your merit and your choice, you are allotted the services. So what are the three kind of services? One is all India services, which includes Indian Administrative Service, Indian Police Service. These are all India services. Why these are known as all India services is because the candidates are recruited by UPSC, but they are assigned to state governments. Okay, so it is not the government of, they that don't work for government of India directly, but they work for the state governments, Maharashtra government, Tamil Nadu government, Andhra Pradesh government. These are the cadres. Okay, so if you qualify tomorrow IAS examination, you might be allotted, say, Rajasthan cadre. So you will be posted in Rajasthan. More or less, your cadre throughout the life, your career will be there in Rajasthan. Obviously, you can come and work for Government of India, Union government on deputation, but your cadre remains your state cadre, the original cadre. So one type of examination, civil service examination, is all India IS, all India services. Okay, so one single services, three different type of, one single exam, three different type of services. Second type of services are Group A civil services. Okay, so what are Group A civil services? Like Indian Foreign Service, the diplomats. So they work for Government of India. Okay, so Indian Foreign Service, Indian Revenue Service, which of which I am the part. I work for Indian Revenue Service, and I work for the Income Tax Department. I work for Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, right? So these are Group A civil services, and these are different civil services. There are 16 ones: Indian Foreign Service, Indian Audit and Account Services, the CAG, the people who work for CAG, then Indian Corporate Law Services, Indian Defense Account Services, Indian Information Services, Indian Communication Finance Services, Indian Postal Services, then Indian Railway Personnel Services, Indian Trade Services. So these are Group A civil services. So single exam, and through that examination, these are services, candidates for these all services are selected. Then there are Group B civil services. For example, Armed Forces Headquarters Civil Services. Then DANICS. Those are for the Andaman Nicobar and Dadra Nagar Haveli and all these union territories. Civil services for these union territories. Okay, and police services for these union territories. Pondicherry Civil Service, Pondicherry Police Service. So let us see that one single exam, civil service examination, it selects candidates for three kinds of services. First is all India services, then Group A services, and Group B civil services. Okay, so a single examination and three types of services, which includes around say 20 to 23 services. Most popular choices. So the most popular choices as far as candidates are concerned are IAS, IPS, IFS, and IRS. Okay, so these are more or less the popular choices. So invariably people put IAS at the first choice, IPS, then IRS or IFS. This has been the trend. Sometimes some people had seen that they have put IAS on the top, then IRS, and then some people don't want to go to police services, or some people don't want to go to foreign services, they'll put second IRS. But invariably the choice as far as what you can say popularity of any service is concerned, IAS is the most popular one, most popular choice amongst the youngsters. And there is a reason for it, because IAS is gives you the most diverse working environment. Okay, so you can work in different departments, and you can work for state and deputy, and you can go for deputation in center also. So that is the most what you can say the sought after service. Now the eligibility criteria, I'm not going into too much details about eligibility criteria. You can basically go on any of the website. You just Google eligibility criteria or details of UPSC examination, you'll get it. But just to fastly move through it, you need a graduate degree from the recognized university. Minimum age is 21 years. Maximum age and number of attempts varies as per categories. There are different maximum ages for different categories and number of attempts. I've just made a rough table for it. So if someone is from general category, the maximum age, minimum age is 21 for everyone. Maximum age is 32, and there are 6 attempts. So you can give 6 attempts. So maximum attempts, you can give 6 attempts. Beyond that, you cannot give. If you are a candidate from other backward classes, it is 35, and number of attempts is 9. For SC/ST, age is 37. Unlimited attempts, there are no attempts until you are like if you start giving it from 21, then till 37 you can give any number of attempts. Disabled different defense services personnel, the maximum age is 35, and number of attempts is 9. Ex-serviceman 37, number of attempts 9, and person with benchmark disability is 42 and 9. Okay, so we have seen that there are different eligibility criteria for different categories. However, minimum age is 21, and you need a degree of being a graduate from a recognized university. Now the exam pattern is it is a 3-stage examination. I've told you it is a 3-stage examination and carries on for full 1 year. So it starts with something which normally people who give a UPSC exam, they talk about prelims. That is a preliminary examination. We call it prelims, and it is an objective type of examination. Multiple choice questions are there. We will see how they are. Then if you qualify prelims, then you go on to the next stage. It is like a qualifying examination. Then you go on to the next stage, which is mains. Okay, here written examination descriptive papers are there. There is an optional, and there are general studies paper, and there are essay, and there are languages. So it's more of a very extensive examination of your knowledge, skill, communication ability, and all that. And finally comes the personality test or interview. Okay, so prelims is just a filter. Mains and personality test, that is what decides your merit. Mains marks and the personality test marks will combine, and then your merit will be decided, and then you can choose your services. We'll see one by one the basic details about these 3-stage examination. Preliminary examination, it is usually in the month of May and June. Earlier, when I gave the examination, it was usually the month of May. Now, I think so some year they have made it June also, but May or June, around that thing. It is a stage consists of 2 papers. There are 2 papers, I've already told you. One is means 2 papers, GS1 and GS2. They are conducted on the same day. Both the papers comprise objective type questions with multiple choice of answers. So objective paper, and it is conducted on the same day. The prelims examination is a qualifying stage to filter candidates for the main examination. So this is a qualifying stage only. Okay, so whatever you just have to pass this examination, your marks wouldn't be carried forward. It will only give you a license or whatever gate pass to the mains exam. Okay, so these are the two papers of prelims, GS1, General Studies 1. Number of questions are around 100. Marks are 200, 2 hours duration, and yes, there is negative marking. So you have to be very careful. Then General Studies, there is a paper 2, CSAT. CSAT means Civil Service Aptitude Test. Number of questions are 80, marks are 200, duration against 2 hours, negative marking is there. So General Studies 1 is general, your awareness and general knowledge and current affairs and all that. General Studies 2 is more about your aptitude, like comprehension, data interpretation, general mental ability, logical reasoning, interpersonal skill, decision making, and problem solving. So these are the two papers, and they are on the same day. So one single day exam, prelims. It usually happens in the summer, like May, June, and it is a objective type examination with negative marking. Now, once you qualify this examination, then you come on to the more important part, and that is the mains examination. So there is a gap of 5-6 months between the two examinations, and once you qualify for prelims, then you will have to fill up your form for mains, and then you also have to choose one optional subject. So there are various compulsory subjects which are same for all the candidates, like general studies, essay. All these are common, same type of paper, but one optional subject you can choose. So that optional subject may be history, mathematics, mechanical engineering, medical sciences, geology. So there are a list of eligible subjects from which you can choose. You can see it anywhere, but it covers almost all the important subjects. It also basically consists of Hindi literature, Marathi literature. You can take those also. So one optional subject. When we gave examination in 2007, 2006, we had two optionals. I had history and political science, but now they have reduced one optional and they have more emphasized on the general studies aspects, the other compulsory papers which are equal for all. And I think so this is a good step, because when it gives more what you can say equal footing for people from all subjects. So only one optional subject you have to choose, and all other papers are same for all. Okay, all of the paper consists of descriptive answer type questions, and it is a quite a long spread over examination over different dates. This mains examination, we'll see how it is. Qualifying papers, there are two qualifying papers also. Their marks are not counted, but you have to qualify those. So even if you get very good marks in other papers and you don't qualify these two papers, then basically your marks won't be it's like your other papers won't be evaluated. So you have to qualify those. However, marks won't be carried forward. So compulsory Indian language, one you have to choose. I chose my mother tongue, Marathi, and English. Okay, so these are language papers. These are qualifying papers. Then comes the real paper. Okay, essay. There is an essay paper of 250 marks. So this is how the real thing starts. So essay paper of 250 marks are there. Then general studies, which basically looks at the candidates' awareness about different things. Okay, so there are 4 general studies papers, and each paper has 250 marks, so 1000 marks for general studies. Then one optional, I've told you, history, maybe medical sciences, mechanical engineering, different. Okay, 2 papers are there and 250 for each paper. That makes it around 500 marks. Okay, so the total marks for mains is around 1750 marks. Okay, so this is where is the real thing. If you want to qualify or crack civil service examination, this is where basically the most effort is needed, is the mains exam, because you're seeing there are different kind of paper: essay paper, general studies paper, optional paper. And it basically what it does is it looks at the overall knowledge and communication skills, writing skills of the candidate, okay, from all the different angles. So it is quite comprehensive examination, and the most important stage, rather it is an important stage. Basically I cannot say it is the most important stage, because every stage is important, because if you falter at any stages, you again have to restart. But as far as marks are concerned, this is the place where you want to make your mark, mains. Now once you qualify for mains, comes the final important stage, that is the interview, or what we all call as the personality test. Okay, maximum marks are 275. Now once you qualify for mains, you, as your knowledge content, or your basically expression as far as written part is considered, that is being checked by the UPSC. Now they want to look at your personality, they want to look at your character, they want to look at how you respond in uh, in real life situations. Okay, and this is what interview does. It is not, basically it is not an objective type of thing. They won't whatever knowledge content they had to see, they had seen it in mains. Here they want to see what kind of person you are. Okay, they want to see how, what kind of personality you are. Okay, they can ask you anything from international politics to your hobbies. Okay, in fact my personal interview, almost of half, out of half an hour, 12 to 15 minutes were on my hobbies. Okay, and they asked me about different things about related to my hobbies. So interview is a very different ball game, though it only gives 275 marks, but those are very important, crucial marks. So total marks now becomes around 2025, 750 for 750 for 1750 plus 275, that makes it 2025 marks, right? Now I've already told you that this exam is the real test. It starts in May or June and ends in the month of next year's May. Okay, so just imagine how grueling 1 year duration this exam is. It is test of not only your knowledge and skills, but also patience and character. Okay, now let us come at, I've given you a fair idea of uh, what this exam is, and how this UPSC conducts this exam, and what are the contents as far as UPSC is concerned. Okay, now why should you go for it? Why I am here, or your seniors, your teachers have organized this particular session, is because it is a unique experience being in this civil services. It gives you an opportunity of being a successful person as well as a successful personality. Okay, this job of a civil servant gives you uh, an opportunity to be successful person and successful personality. Now you'll ask, what is a successful person? So successful person is a normal definition, one person who has name, fame, has a decent standard of living, and it is more material and tangible things which you can see. You can say, okay, this person is a successful person in the life. Now what is successful personality? This is more intangible. This is what you cannot see, but you can feel or experience. A successful personality is a personality uh, who has wide knowledge, uh, who had who has had a wide experience, who had seen the world, who has interacted with different people, who has worked at different places. So it gives you, it is a wholesome character. Okay, so being a civil servant, you get this opportunity of being a successful person as well as a successful personality. uh, it's a decent salaries are very decent, and there is a lot of name, fame. People know you, they'll respect you, and there will be people who will be coming asking for help from you. Okay, obviously means that is your job. You're not helping out of any sense of morality, but it is your job, your own job. But it gives you an aura of a successful person, but it also teaches you and allows you to become a successful personality because of your interaction with diverse people, with diverse places. You don't means you suppose like someone like me who is in central services, Indian Revenue Service. I may be posted today in Pune, next day in Ahmedabad, or next year in maybe Guwahati, or somewhere in Kochi. So it gives me a overall view of life. That's why it's a complete experience in itself. Okay, then obviously it gives a lot of job satisfaction also, because you contribute to society. Okay, and I've already told you that there is a stability, prestige, and respectability. These are there. I'm not saying that other jobs don't provide that. Maybe it will depend upon person to person what kind of job and what kind of life he wants to lead. But if you want job satisfaction, and you want to see a real, everyone contributes to society, everyone. All the citizens contribute in their own way to the society. But if you want to see it in real time, so direct contribution to the society, you can do it through civil services. It is more direct, it is more tangible, it is more clear. uh, then but then I'll also have to tell you that yes, you're going for civil services, but there are certain buts. Okay, that one thing is that it is a 24/7 job. It is not like a regular job, 9 to 5 job. You come, you go to the office, you come back, and you don't have. Higher civil services, it is a 24/7 job. It is a huge responsibility. People always talk about power, but that power is has to be exercised within the law. And so, and since you have power, you also have responsibility. So there is a huge responsibility. There are strict conduct rules. Your conduct has to be as per the framed conduct rules. Okay, like there are so many what you can say, there are so many things which a normal citizen might consider as its right, but being a civil servant, you may not be able to express it. For example, people on social media might write different things, but same, what you can say, freedom is not available for a civil servant. I'm not saying it's the freedom is not available to them. What I'm saying is that they have to be 24/7 follow conduct rules, and they are quite strict rules. Nowadays the private sector remunerations are also very high. Civil servant salary is fixed, so, and it is decided by various service commissions. Salaries are very good, in fact, very good salaries. But private sector remuneration, as the private sector is doing good, the remunerations are higher. So if you are from a very professional background, and you have great degrees, and basically you want higher salaries, you should first of all look at what civil servants get. Because there is no point, if you want for higher salaries, then there's no point coming to these services if you only want that. But uh, there are different, as I told you, that as an experience it is great. As an experience it is great. I only had to tell you about these 3-4 things that you have to keep in mind while deciding to go for civil services. Once, that it is a huge responsibility, 24/7, and strict conduct rules are there. So you have to keep all these things in mind. But as far as my own experience is considered, it has been an enriching experience. I've been in services for 13-14 years. It has given me immense satisfaction. Obviously there were a lot of challenges, there were a lot of what you can say, difficult situations, but it has taught me a lot. It has expanded my horizons. I come from a small place, Yavatmal, and I have been to different places because of my civil services background. And basically the whole journey is wonderful. Once you qualify for civil services, then after your results come, then there is a foundation course. Okay, that foundation course takes place in Missouri at Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration, Labasna. That is what. So there, people from all the services, even if you are IAS, IPS, IRS, IFS, audit and accounts, IRTS, all people are trained for 2-3 months. Okay, and in wonderful Missouri, it's a wonderful, and that is where you get to see the richness of Indian tradition and diversity, and people from all the eminent people from different walks of life come there. They take your classes, and 2-3 months are wonderful experience. Then you go for training to your own academies. For example, if you get into police services, then Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Academy at Hyderabad. And if you go for basically if you are selected in revenue services, then there is a wonderful academy at Nagpur, National Academy of Direct Taxes, where you get trained. So you get training there, you make friends for life. Then you get posted to different places, you help people, you try to do your duty to the best of abilities. So it is a wonderful experience, and as far as career is considered, every youngster should think about it. Once in a life experience, rather once in a life opportunity. When you are young, you can dedicate your time to the examination. Think about it. Think about all the pros and cons I've talked about, and decide if you want to give this exam. Give it with all your heart, and may God bless you. Once again, thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. And I wish all of you the best of luck. Thank you. Thank you very much.